So good morning, everyone. Today we have with us Dr. Aarushe from Govt Kilpauk Medical College, who secured All India rank 355 in the recently conducted NEET-PG 2024 and with a whooping 99.83 percentile. First of all, hearty congratulations to you and your parents, Aarushe.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I can't say it enough. Thank you, sir.
That means a lot. That's what you can do. And once you saw the result last night, like what was your first reaction and how did you feel?
Actually, I was traveling back then, so I went to one of my friends' some party, so I had to come back. And I was in the car with one of my friends, and you wouldn't believe it. I was just joking to him that if results vanda nalla irukum appadinu. And then he had a face. And then one of my senior, Afroz sir, he had called me, and then he asked and said, "Result paathittiyama?" appadinu. And then I thought maybe I butt dialed him. He heard result, and then he told, and then he was like, "Illa vandirchu, check pannu" appadinu. Then I checked, and it was loading, and we saw my rank first. And then immediately as I saw the rank, my friend started crying out of happy tears. And then I was in shock. And then I couldn't believe it. I kept checking again, and then I started crying. And then my dad had called to check where I was in the metro or how he has to come pick me up. And then I was just crying for 2 minutes on the call. He didn't even understand what happened. He was just perplexed. And then I couldn't even say it out loud, my rank. I just told 355. And then he was like, "Ennadu, ennadu." And then I told 355 is my rank. And then everyone in the background, my mom, my dad, and my sister, they just burst out like congratulating me. And then that's when it hit me, oh my God, it has actually happened. So yeah, I still can't believe it, sir. I'm not kidding. Before I started your call, I just wanted to check, okay, I'm giving an interview. This should be correct. So I just checked my rank again.
No, that's how it is. Like because your batch had gone through a lot. Like
Yeah.
and having said that, like for almost like 14 months, you had gone through that. Like multiple postponements, cancellations, and all those things have been gone through that. How did you go through? I can see that happy tears. Like it's not only for you. Like the reason, like it's all of us. Like because this is the batch we have traveled so closely. I mean, every single day, like let it be morning 4:30 a.m. sessions, 9:30 p.m. sessions, and well, that's it's so emotional for us to like the results which have been awaiting, and I can very much understand Arushi. Like let them roll out. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's very difficult for us also to control at the moment, to be very frank. So in this journey, like. Can you just describe your journey in like a couple of minutes?
Yeah, sir. Actually, this year, I wouldn't even say it's a matter of knowledge. It's a matter of luck. In fact, going on and on for 15 months, we just had so much turmoil going on. In fact, I started my preparation in last year, June, I think so. So entire CRRI, I just decided I'm going to have fun and I'm not going to study. So I gave my CRRI attempt anyway. Actually, all of my friends, we thought we'll just have a visit to Hyderabad. We'll just look out. So we gave it in Hyderabad. And I remember we made whole plans around NEET. We didn't even, consider NEET as a big deal. And I got a rank of 107,000, sir, in the last NEET. And I didn't even care for it. In fact, even when the result came, I was in labor posting, I think. I just saw it for a minute and then I was just like, I didn't care for it. And then I thought, okay, whatever we're doing, I'm someone who does everything in a full-fledged way. That's what my mom says. If I go something, I go very deep into it. If I like something, I like it too much. If I don't like it at all. That's what my mother says. So after June, I thought if I'm doing this, I'm going to do this right. So I just got out of all social media like Instagram and everything. And I think June 9th, we started with physiology class with Prem sir. And then we had our GRD on 14th, I think, of June. So until then, I didn't even think I started preparing. The thing is, I joined with a group of friends. One of my friend only suggested ADR. He had joined ADR. And I remember him calling me in March and saying, "I'm going to join. Are you going to join?" And then I wasn't very aware of ADR or what to do. So I just told, "Not yet. I'll just think about it later." That means after CRR. I joined very later on in May, I think. And me and my friend joined together. And then we used to sit in the fourth bench. So we thought if we're doing this right. We'll just sit in the first few benches. We are all backbenchers in class, actually. So we thought we'll just sit in the front, we'll listen to class, we'll attend leaderboard, we'll give our heart to it. And all of my friends, literally all of them were in top 5. So that was just setting me back, because I'm not a smart person. In fact, it will take a lot of time for me to understand. All my friends used to grasp things like here and there, like as soon as they say, I have to sit and study it almost like 2-3 times. In fact, even the 4 days you give after every subject, right? So that's when I will actually understand the subject. I wouldn't even understand it in class. I'll merely be listening and taking notes. And the 4 days, I don't know, I'll just do something and I'll understand. So that was how it was going, sir. After GRD, I thought, okay, we're giving this a good shot. So I just got out of Instagram and everything. And me and my friend Setu, we were studying together. We had this thing that every subject you teach, say for, I think we had pediatrics and we had 4 days of gap after that. So we'll do the first 2 days, we'll do pediatrics, and we'll solve everything, including the question bank, including the subject-wise test you give, everything we'll do. And the next 2 days, we'll somehow try to finish the subjects which were taught before. I think physiology and cardiology were there. So I think by the month of August itself, we would have read cardiology at least 3-4 times and physiology at least 2-3 times. But thinking me, I wasn't someone who will understand the first time. So I had a lot of reads. In fact, you wouldn't even believe. So in June, I understood some concepts which I didn't even get it the previous time. This June, not last June. Okay. So yeah, it was a very big process, in fact. So every subject, the best part about ADR was you had leaderboards. So it was like every day we used to get a self-assessment of ourselves. And it was nice because all of my friends used to attend together. It was like a small peer pressure. And I think that is good peer pressure, because you want to do, it's not like you want to outrun them. You also want to do your best. And all of my friends were genuinely happy. Like all of us were genuinely happy if each of us got good ranks. I remember we'll just want one of us to get in the top 5 leaderboard. So one of us will get the chocolate and we'll all share it. So me, Setu, Adit, Balaji, Roshni, and Srini and Aditya, we all used to sit together. Amrita, we all used to sit together, and one of us needed to get in the leaderboard somehow every day, and it used to be like that.
That's fantastic, actually. That's the way, like how each of you can uplift everyone, and like it's a healthy competition. That's what we keep saying in the classes. You are not competing amongst yourself. You are competing with the rest of the world as a
Exactly.
whole. That's like, I'm really happy that like you lived up to that.
Yeah. I had such a good friends group, sir. I can't thank them enough. In fact, everyone, you know how friends group, they'll just be jealous of each of you or getting, there was nothing of that sort. Everyone were genuinely happy that each of us did well. And we were just pushing each other through. We would ask each other, did you solve a GT? Did you give the question bank? Did you get the subject-wise test? And we'll be genuinely happy if one of us got on top of other. We wouldn't be sad or jealous or anything like that.
You are really fortunate, and like all of you
So
are really
fortunate.
enough. Like I mean, kudos to each of you, Aarushe.
Yes, sir. And we never missed any leaderboard, I think, all of us. Even if we were actually, I come from a very far off place. I come from Nanganallur. So our classes used to be at 8. So I used to start at 6:45 or something. Sometimes the leaderboard used to be at 6. So I'll get ready and then give the leaderboard. Or as soon as I wake up, I'll give the leaderboard. Sometimes it used to be at 7:30. So me and my friend, we'll decide. I'll come in the metro. He'll pick me up in Center Place. So we'll stop there, we'll give the leaderboard and then start in the car. So we didn't even want to miss one leaderboard or not even one question. Or if at all, if we can't do that, if we're traveling, we both used to do the leaderboard together. Like I used to read out the question and we used to solve it together. We never missed a leaderboard, I think, until the classes. And it was very helpful, sir, because it used to be everything from the last day's topic. Sometimes it used to be the next day's topic also, which was like mind refresher, something like that. Yeah. And then I remember we found a trick. We had some leaderboards on the app already. So we used to solve that the day before itself. So we used to know, okay, we did the leaderboard. Next day we can just travel free. We used to do that also. So, yeah.
Fantastic that all these things help you, Aarushe. And there might be many factors which might have contributed to your success. Yes, there's a good family support and friends. In addition to this, I want you to pick up like the 3 key reasons like which contributed for your success. What are they?
I think I had a very good family support, sir. So, like
They're
every
there. They're there. Like, I mean, it's just like, well, we'll just ask them to join. Like, we'll just wish them and congrats.
yeah. One second, sir. I'll call them.
Yeah, at the end, like, you can call them
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, my dad, my mom, and my sister are so supportive. In fact, the last 3 days before the exam, my mom just went around telling my dad and my sister, please don't talk to her. She will just burst out on you. And let's not, impede her preparation. They didn't even talk to me as if it was like they were walking around eggshells on me. And I wasn't on my best self, sir. Like I was just bursting out full of emotions. I was just shouting for no reason. And after I shouted, I'll just sit back and think, why did I do that? Why did I actually pull the whole tantrum? So they were very supportive. In fact, me and my sister, we shared the room together, sir. So when I started studying, my sister just vacated out. She went to a middle room where there is a very small fan, and you can imagine the Chennai heat. There's no AC there, and she will sleep there. Like it's such a big sacrifice. I can't tell how enough that is. And no one used to talk around me. They never. I told in the beginning that I'm not going to attend any functions or I'm not going to come anywhere. Basic bare minimum I did, but not major things. I know they were missing out on me, but they were so supportive about it. They weren't forcing me or they weren't doing anything. They were just so supportive. They were like, okay, whatever you decide, you do that.
Fantastic. So this
Yeah.
is the first thing, family. Next,
And
and like
next, my
it's
friend.
not like usually like having a supportive family takes care of 50% of the things.
Definitely, sir.
That's like the thing. Like you're fortunate enough for that. Yes.
Yes,
Then
sir. In fact, my dad used to come and I used to study in the late nights. So I can't wake up in the morning. I've tried to wake up for your 4:30 a.m. sessions. I really couldn't. So when I used to study in the night, my dad used to come and tell me, "Tungu, tungu, படிச்சது போறோம், tungu." I can't believe any parent would say that, and he would be so supportive about it. He would be like, "வருது என்ன வருதோ பாத்துக்கலாம்டா. அதுக்கப்புறம் we'll see what you get. We'll see. You will get நல்லாதான்." He was very. It was a small thing, but made a huge impact on me. Okay, at least they're supportive no matter what. I had a backhand that compliment was there. And second thing, my friends, I can't thank them enough. Like I said, Setu, Adit, and uh, hello.
yeah, you please go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry. Yeah, I had Setu, Adit, Amrita, Balaji, Aditya, Roshni, all of them, they were so supportive. Like I said, there was not one bit of jealousy. We were just pushing each other through. And after every class, if I didn't understand something, we'll just sit through the breaks and we will teach the whole thing. And in fact, it was so much so that if I'm a morning sleeper, so I should just be very honest with it. Even in the classes, I can't just, the 10 to 11, I can't control my sleep. So I'll just sleep off. And my friends used to write the notes for me. And they used to teach me that during my lunch break or break time.
Fantastic that is.
Yeah. And we used to support each other no matter what. And after ADR classes also, we used to call each other up every week and we used to tell, did you attend this GT? We never used to ask marks or ranks or anything. Did you just give it? How was it? That's it. That was the bare minimum we needed. Me and my friend Setu, we studied together. We used to put all timetables together. We used to attend GTs together. So we used to discuss the marks and ranks, and we'll always be one would top the other, another would be like that, and we would be so happy. We'd go to this library, Anna Centenary Library, and we'll give the GT there to get a different experience. And it used to be very nice. We'll just start at 9 to 12:30. We'll just give the GT, and we'll go eat and come, and then we'll check the results and score, and we'll just do the whole revision there. And we used to do that together so that if at all we had any doubts, we can just ask each other and we'll just clear it then and there, something like that. So that was very nice.
Yeah, fantastic, Aarushe. So the second, like, I mean, I just want to meet all of your friends together. Like once we are in Chennai, like,
Yeah.
the treat is on me. Like for being such a nice group of thing. Like
Yes, sir.
for setting a nice example. Kudos to all of you, all of your friends.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And the third thing.
Uh, Third thing, I think there's a huge factor of luck. I am someone who trusts on the higher power, and there is a huge factor of luck. And this time, in fact, I would just congratulate everyone who just gave the exam and got done with it, because it was such a big mess. It was postponing, then preponing, then postponing again. In fact, I would have just slept 10 minutes if not for on 22nd June. And then I just opened my WhatsApp to say all the best to all my friends. And then I saw this postponement news. I couldn't believe it. In fact, I couldn't believe it for 10 days, I think. And I just went haywire for the next 10 days. And then it was so hard to bring back the track. And I think even in January, when it got postponed a lot, I think we had the same time we had from June to March, the same time we had from Jan to the next exam. So me and my friends, we were telling, okay, we'll not consider NEET. We'll just give our best shot at INISET and hope we get through it. But INISET was, I don't know, it just brought all my confidence down. I think it was a bad thing. But it's okay. Something good came out of NEET. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's what, like, when after I said the same thing, I told, like, everything happens for a reason. Like,
Exactly.
it's just about that a little bit of persistence, a little bit of like staying there and like holding it. All that matters. Like one more day, taking the one day at a time.
Yeah.
On that particular day, it feels like everything is done, but only it opens the door. Like even that's fantastic, Aarushe. So in your journey, like what is the role of in your success? What is the role of ADrPLEXUS?
I think 90% it was ADrPLEXUS. I actually barely trusted my senior, Afroz sir, who was last year ranked 440. So I just asked him everything about ADrPLEXUS. I think last year I filtered everything out of him. And then he told, நீ ட்ரஸ்ட் பண்ணுமா ஏடிஆர் போமா அது போதுமா அப்படின்னு. And I used to text him every now and then, sir, ஏடிஆர் போதுமா, should I go for this, should I go for that? He was say, நான் சொல்றேன்லம்மா ஏடிஆர் போதுமா, அந்த நோட்ஸ் போதுமா, அது மட்டும் தான் நான் படிச்சேன், அது மட்டும் 10-15 வாட்டி படி அப்படின்னு he used to tell. In fact, he was the one who asked me about the result yesterday also. And he was such a good guide all throughout. In fact, even 2-3 days before NEET, I used to text him, sir, என்னால முடியுமா தெரியல. I got very bad ranks in the mocks. I got some 3K or something, and that just pulled my confidence down. And then I told him, and then he was like, ma, என் கூட இங்க படிக்கிறவங்க எல்லாருமே அந்த மாதிரி ரேங்க் வச்சுதான் இங்க வந்திருக்காங்க. In fact, first rank in rank 3000 would have ஒரு 2 or 3 questions different. That's it. So you give it, and that confidence I had in the back of my mind, sir. And everything he did, I've seen him throughout college. He was something like rags to riches story, and that always inspired me. So I just wanted, in fact, I was telling him, உங்களோட பக்கத்துல தொட முடியலனாலும் ஒரு 1000 வந்துட்டா பரவாயில்ல அப்படின்னு I was telling him. And then he was also genuinely happy for me. Yeah, I think he was also a very big support system. And then he told ADR is just enough. So I just trusted his gut and I went with ADR. And me and my friend, like I said, Setu, we just decided in the beginning, I think in June, we decided we'll do only ADR, we'll not do anything else. And every time we wanted to stay away, one of us will pull each other and we'll tell, what did we decide? What did we decide? So we were just pulling each other and we kept this as the only source. I think ADR is very underrated, sir. You have so many underdogs. I think you should just publish them. I would say Vimal sir, Bala, Biochem Bala sir, and Rohan Kandelwal sir, and all these people, you won't even... I don't think you will get such good gems anywhere, sir. In fact, I was just telling Vimal sir, I think I've read the pathology books at least 15 to 20 times. I've just by-hearted this page in the இடத்துல இந்த இது இருக்கும். And so many things, you have so many things in pathology. So all these IL, interleukins, CD markers and all that. So every time I used to read, I used to gain one more thing out of it, madri irukum. And all these CD markers, I think right after the general pathology class, you wouldn't believe it. I think you will even think cheap for it. I wrote all of it in a paper and I stuck it in my bathroom wall. So every time I see it, I'll be very thorough with it. And I think eventually in a month, I just gave up because every time I used to see it in the bathroom. So I was just thorough with it. In fact, I had a clotting mechanism also in the bathroom because it was just going over my head.
That's in fact, like Vimal sir, like he's exemplary. 1/3 of your questions, like sorry, 1/6 of your questions, like
Yes,
33 questions are there from pathology and like key role. And like, yes, as you told, like I mean, the teachers at ADrPLEXUS, they're putting their heart out to do that and to make a difference. And the amount of the background work they do and all is phenomenal. I mean, seeing them so closely, I mean it. And thanks for your words, Aarushe. Like we will definitely convey to the faculty. Yes,
yeah, like, Biochem Bala sir also. I hated Biochem. In fact, in my first year, I failed all of my Biochem internals except for the last one because they told if you don't pass the last one, you won't be put to university. And I don't know how I managed to get, I actually got decent score. I think I got distinction on honors in biochemistry only because I studied only things which they asked me. So I thought that was always a fluke. And then I forgot everything, the cycles, everything. And you know how they say on the last day before your exam, you should read all the cycles because you'll keep forgetting. You wouldn't believe it. I didn't even read one cycle the day before the exam because it was all in my head, like how he had told. And I think I'm good at mugging up stuff or something. And Biochem sir was very great in teaching the whole biochem. He made it so interesting. And biochem wasn't even, I think it was my top 4 or top 5 subjects after path, surgery, and OG. OG, I always liked it, and I somehow. Surgery because Rohan Khandelwal sir, obviously. Pathology only because of Vimal sir, I'm telling. And biochem because of Bala sir. It was all in the top. I didn't even have to revise it before every GT or anything. It was just naturally coming to me. And it was only because of biochem Bala sir, nothing because of my effort. Because the book is enough. That is enough.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We are also we are proud to have that faculty like who.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yeah,
They're literally underdogs. We should just publish them throughout.
surely, by God willing, like everything will happen soon.
Yes,
Like,
yes, sir.
okay, then Arushi, like faculty classes, and then how
Uh,
do you feel about
Last,
work?
like I said, it was very nicely placed. I would say it's very good timetable that you give in ADR because we after every class we used to have at least 2 or 4 days. Because I've heard some other coaching centers you have continuous 10 days classes, which I can't do at all. So already the 4 days will be a little exhausting, but you have to have persist through. And then after the 4 days, I would suggest the first 2 days somehow sit from morning to night and then finish off the subject which was taught, and the next 2 days somehow revise the subject which was taught previously. In fact, you wouldn't believe me, sir. I didn't even read medicine at all. I never read medicine because I didn't have time for it. And Afroz sir continuously kept telling medicine, the amount of work you put and the yield is very less. So he told trust path, you keep your path, and farm Arpit Agrawal sir also. I should give him the everything was there in the book, sir. Everything, pharmacology, any module you attend from anywhere, most of it were in the book. And he has a very good quiz also in Telegram, sir. I was a very big fan of Telegram. I was using it as if it was Instagram during the exams because I used to attend all quizzes and channels. It used to give me a different perspective from what we've read in ADR because different faculties and different questionnaire, and we'll have a rank-based system also. And so many people used to attend it. We used to know where we stood. Like, and Arpit Agrawal sir had a very good quiz before the 23rd June. I think some 10 or 15 days quiz he had. And I used to ask him doubts also. He used to clear it instantly. And his quiz also was very good. In fact, before the exam, I revised the quiz more than the book because the quiz had important points,
Correct.
which I couldn't get in the book.
Nice, Arushi. And how would the workbooks?
Workbooks were very nice, sir. That's what I was telling Mr. Shankar. Actually, in my 3rd year, we all got marrow because of peer pressure. So I had done some subjects like OG, pediatrics, ortho, and surgery. So surgery was Rohan Khandelwal, sir. I had a whole notes done for it. So I could have just chosen not to come to ADR, but I came only for the workbook and Rohan Khandelwal, sir. And I didn't use my notes at all. I only used ADR workbook because it had all the pictures, sir. In fact, after writing in I was reading surgery, and then I saw the same picture which came in Inicet. It was the PEG, percutaneous endoscopic gastrostomy tube. It was there in the book, but I had missed it out because it was just a picture. And after Inicet, I just gave more pressure to all the pictures, and I was looking at all of it. And I was telling my friends, see, ellame book la irukku. We only miss out the stuff. And then I think even surgery and all, I would have read this book almost 15 times because we had a lot of times. Just after the subject itself, we would read it 1 or 2 times. And then given January to July, we would have read it so many times.
Correct.
So I trusted only the workbooks. I didn't even go for any other source. I would show you my cupboard. There won't be anything else other than that. And I think I read the workbook almost 15 to 20 times, all of the subjects. I mean, most of the subjects, at least the important top, the big 5 or big 4, excluding medicine. Rajesh Gupta sir also, I want to, I can't thank him enough. The cardiology and all. I think I read, I told you, no, sir, like in the beginning, I've read cardiology 4 or 5 times. And then I never touched because after a professor told, and I also saw so many GTs, there was not so much yield from medicine, so I just stopped reading cardiology as of such, and endocrinology also. Endocrinology, you wouldn't believe me, sir. The class I did the class online actually from your app, and I think I understood 99% of the content from the class because Rajesh Gupta sir was so good about it. He taught everything so perfectly, and endocrine is supposed to be the most scoring subject in medicine, and everyone were figuring. I mean, everyone were feeling it was very tough. And if you still ask me what is the investigation of choice for say SAADH, I wouldn't know. But if you give me the options, I could rule out because that's how sir taught it. Every time he used to teach the subject, he gave MCQs along with it. So he used to tell us how to solve the MCQ, how to figure out this answer from that. So that was very nice. And that was all that was needed for medicine, sir. Give it respiratory medicine or nephro or rheumat. And medicine for me played a very big role from Vimal sir than medicine as such. And Rajesh Gubba sir. So workbooks were very nice, sir. And ECG workbook and cardiology workbook. And in fact, cardiology workbook, it is so big. I think it's 200 pages. But if you still give it to me now, I think I can finish it in 3 hours.
Fantastic. So that's the power of revision. And any day, like revision and attempting MCQs and all. So, Arushi, like on an average day, like how many hours you used to read and like how many questions you used to attempt on an average?
Yeah.
There are good days, bad days, but on an average.
Yeah, on an average, so I used to try to wake up at 6, but I used to fail. I'll wake up at 7:30, and I'll start studying. But the thing is, I used to sleep off in the middle. The morning, I can't just avoid that sleep. I think I have some morning daytime narcolepsy or something. So I will just sleep off for an hour or 8 to 10 or 9 to 11, something I'll sleep off. And then after that, I'll be very conscious. I won't sleep in the evenings. So I didn't have anything in my house to do apart from studying. In fact, if I go try to help my mom or my sister, they'll tell, go study. You don't have to do this, something like that. So I used to sit in front of the book most of the time until at least night 12 or 1, definitely. I wouldn't sleep before 12. I made it a point. I can't sleep before 12 because I'm only waking up at 7. So I used to sleep only at 12:30, 1:30. I think the whole time I never slept before 12. Maybe one day when I was very sick, I've never slept before 12. So I used to sleep 12:30, 1:30 max. And most of the time I used to be with the book. Maybe evening 7 to 8, 8 to 9, I'll just go for dinner. Afternoon 12 to 1:30, I'll go for lunch. But I'm telling you, if I'm in front of the book, most of the times I'll be daydreaming also, and I will get distracted with YouTube a little bit. Little bit as in sometimes it might go on for 2 hours. So on ballpark, I think at least 6 to 8 hours I used to spend every day. So until the postponement fiasco happened. After the 10 days, I think I just lost track of it. But after that, I was brought back to the track.
Great. And how many MCQs you used to attempt on an average?
Yeah, I used to attempt a lot of MCQs, sir. I love giving MCQs. In fact, I love giving MCQs from so many sources, like I said, Telegram or Marrow or ADR or other apps also. Wherever I had free MCQs, I used to give that, sir. And wherever I found something like there's a 40-question quiz and there's something like there's a prize or something like that, I used to just give it blindly just for the sake of it. And me and my friend, we used to put the whole timetable surrounding the quiz. In fact, if you give some, you had Grand Quest, the 4 or 5 subjects together. So we used to make it a point that we'll just revise those 5 subjects before the Grand Quest somehow. So on an average, I think I did at least 200 MCQs per day. I'll only do 100-question modules. I'll not do 50-question modules because I wouldn't want to give myself that. I wouldn't want to degrade myself to that. So I'll give a 100 MCQ quiz. And I have this OCD that if I start something, I need to finish it. So I'll somehow try to finish it. And if I give 100 MCQ custom module, I'll feel like, oh, innikku nama oru custom module dhaan potirukomo. So I'll give another custom module somehow. So it used to be at least 2 custom modules per day. And here and there, I used to score some 40 or 20, somehow the questions through the quiz or Telegram somehow. So definitely 200 to 250 questions per day. And I think in the beginning, we used
to good, like at least 200. That is one of the key reasons for your success because you get the hang of like how to attempt the questions and like what are the key points in the questions.
Yes, sir.
And Aarushe, in all this preparation phase, it's not so easy. It's not just about the reading. It's all about the mental toughness and stubbornness, and like waking up again the next day and again like coming back is very important. And in all this process, like what is the role of ADR? You felt like how you feel that like how ADR supported you.
I think ADR is the one which pushes you to gain the track and go in the track, because everyone around you is doing ADR and everyone would be in that track, and you would see everyone else scoring something and you would want to do that too. You would want to do it better too. So even nobody can become something big in ADR. That's what I thought. And I feel like the leaderboards kept everyone on track. No one should miss the leaderboards and the SWTs, the subject-wise test. After every subject, I think you had 100 MCQ thing about that, and you had ranking in that also. So every time my rank used to go down 10, I used to feel a little bad. Okay, maybe this subject we should do a little better. So by that subject-wise test itself, you will know which subject you lack and which subject you should do better. I think early on you should just identify the subjects, whichever you it's not so good for you. You should make a column like strong subjects and weak subjects, and you should do the weak subjects over and over and over again. And I think ADR workbooks are just enough, sir. There's nothing more required. I feel like given, I mean, maybe it might seem extensive, the number of pages, but I don't think you should see the number of pages. You should see the content. There are a lot of pictures, there are a lot of flowcharts, there are a lot of things already written. That's the main thing, sir. In the class, you don't have to sit and write and write and write and get callous on your hand. You just have to fill in the blanks and write the key points that is necessary in whatever, however you feel is good. In fact, in psychiatry, he used to tell the personality disorders, there were 4 things. One was antisocial, and he used to tell antisocial is Arjun Reddy. So I used to think anytime I had a question of personality disorder, I used to go back to how Arjun Reddy is, and I used to write stuff like that. And there was narcissistic, and I knew someone who was narcissistic, and I wrote their name. So every time I go back to that or any question, I used to think, oh, this is like her, so I should mark this. So that's how I used ADR. And I feel the faculty are very, I'm saying they are underdogs. They're not, put out in the open more. I feel like it's more than enough, sir. I can't stress how enough it is. In fact, when Afroz sir was saying, I was thinking maybe he's saying because he got a great rank. But no, it is actually enough for anyone who is doing it. ADR is just enough.
That means a lot for us, Aarushe. And so, how do you feel about the VSV, Visual Strategic Victory? How do you feel about this?
Yes, sir, that was actually really good. In fact, pathology and all, it had just pictures and just the questions, and we used to give the answers. So, in fact, in pathology, I was attending it online from the app. So before sir used to explain that, I used to try to mark the answers, and then I'll just listen to sir, and he will have a way of seeing the question and how you should mark the answer. And it was giving a way of, it was like putting us in the right path. If we were on the track, we just needed one little push. That was VSV, I think.
Yeah, thank you. And lastly, if I ask you, like, what are you going to be your suggestions for your juniors or like the colleagues? Like, so what are the 3 things that you ask them like to continue doing it?
I think be honest with your preparation, and if you decide that you're going to do it, just do it. Ignore everything else, because it's just 1 year. So 1 year you put your heart and soul into it, and you reap the fruits for it. And this 1 year is going to in fact, it doesn't matter if you get a small rank or a big rank. It's not going to matter in 20 years. For that momentary satisfaction, if you want to do really good, you just ignore everything else and just go in the same track. That is one thing. And trust ADR and just trust this source. I feel like so many people, what the mistake they do is they branch out to so many other sources they want. I think you can branch out to other sources for questions, because you need to have different perspective. You shouldn't just do one app, and you shouldn't just have one thing. Questions you can branch out, but I think the notes and the source, the subject, the videos, all the thing, I think ADR is just enough. Trust it. I think revising it thoroughly, I think at least 5 to 10 times is enough. you will, in fact, you can see the paper and you will know this is there in this part of the book, and that is enough, because pictographic memory is more important than memorizing. At least if you know this is there in this side of the book, somehow you can just get to it.
That's the visual memory and like
Visual memory. Exactly.
And just to correct, like this QBank, like this year, like
You
this batch is yes, like this is around 7,500 curated question bank, where you can say like 95% of the questions in the examinations like will come from those topics. Is what like we're aspiring for a completely revamped QBank with the additional explanations and high yield points along with the flashcards have been brought in Aarushe. So we are making it like more complete now, like whatever, like the 99% what we are delivering, we are making it 100% like from our side also. So God willing, we'll be able to help like more students and turning their dreams into reality.
Yeah,
And,
that's really great, sir.
Once again, like I mean, and lastly to ask about like when we turn up on like every week when we think about having this orientation sessions and asking you to join and like feel that, how did you feel about that?
That was really good, sir. In fact, you would give us, I think you gave before the exam, you gave a timetable. Every day, if you're not able to do anything, do this, something like that. You had 1 hour of anesthesia, 1 hour of radio. My friend actually really liked that, because he used to do that. And he used to suggest me to do that. Like, he used to do 1 hour of anesthesia, 3 hours of medicine, 3 hours of surgery. And that used to make your day. Even if you don't have, even if you're not planning, even if you're not in your schedule, at least you will have the satisfaction, okay, you read some 5 subjects per day. That is really great. So I think that was really nice. And the orientation, you used to nudge us every time a little bit, saying, okay, I know it's hard, but you just keep going, keep going. That was really nice, pushing us through. And I think that was necessary, because so many people who are off track, at least seeing that video orientation or just last minute tips or something like that, they will just get back on track. That was really necessary.
Thank you, Rishi. Like, at least we have, I mean, no, that because it's not an easy journey, and like, as I said, like, as you rightly told, for this batch, giving the examination, turning up for the examination and giving itself is some sort of an achievement. Like, it's not so easy. Like, sleeping at the night, like, just to wake up to know that the morning of the examination, that exam got postponed, and all those things have been, you have gone through a lot, and coming out with the flying colors, being on the positive side is icing on the cake. That congratulations, and congratulations to your parents and family members. So if you are there, like I mean, you can just call up the video.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Hi, sir. Hello, sir.
Hearty congratulations, ma'am. Very happy for you. Enjoy the moments. We'll again meet in the success meet. Sir, hearty congratulations. All credits to you.
Thank you for all your support, sir. It was great. She was doing really great because of the coaching done there in ADR, and also all the support material. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. That means a lot. We always say to the students that on the success meet, and like you just do it for the sake of to see the happiness in your parents' eyes. This is a common phrase which I keep repeating this, and we can't buy that. And like you, seeing that like in your eyes, like I can feel that. Once again, hearty congratulations. Enjoy the moments. We'll see you in person very soon, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All the best. Thank you.
Once again, hearty congratulations, Aarushe. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.